Welcome to episode 190 of the Foundry Roundtable, the podcast exclusively covering the Foundry for Star Trek Online. I'm your tame Foundry author, Dragon1701, and with me are three people who I gathered together because basically they can talk on and on and on about irrelevant stuff forever. Greendragoon, Markhawkman, and DuncanIdaho.
I can even do it in fictional languages.
I like ducks.
You start
Ducks
talking
are
into Rocky, I'm
interesting.
going to hit you.
In fairness, on rare occasions, we do actually talk about something irrelevant by accident.
You know, if you'll check my bio on Twitter, you will notice that it says that I know 2 facts about ducks, and both of them are wrong. Or at least some say that. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of been an interesting week for Star Trek Online, hasn't it? in several ways.
Well, there's some interesting stuff and just some baffling stuff, and I think it's a little bit more on us than on the game itself. Oh God,
Sort of.
I've been in the trenches, seeing the worst of it.
Yeah, because for some reason you still go to forums. You crazy person.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice place for interaction, especially when you're trying to sort of sort out what's going on with the game.
No, it's not.
There are some good people there. Seriously.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure
One of the more worthwhile conversations we've had on the forums this week was someone who had not watched Star Trek DS9 and wanted a few recommendations for episodes that would be critical to understanding the new Victory is Life expansion.
So everything from season 4 on.
Yeah. I was thinking about actually putting together a little list of key episodes for people to rewatch if they want to build a Jem'Hadar mission.
Actually, the truth is, one of the episodes that I personally recommend, if you want to understand the Dominion, is actually the finale of season 2.
Someone was asking for that in the forums.
Yeah.
but more seriously, the Foundry forums are very active. So we got Spiritborn, we've got Starfire Theta, and Matt Johnson VA contributing to those. And that's been good to keep an eye on because we've been troubleshooting a lot of the bugs that have been coming up with online there.
So why don't you tell us about some of those bugs?
That one.
So to get started on these bugs, we've got a set of 4 right now that are affecting us. One we haven't been able to repro, but the others we got a pretty good handle on. So kind of starting from the top here, this is something authors should definitely take note of because this can stop you from playing a mission or actually building a mission. If you go into the Foundry editor, just start it up first time, you click on create content, Foundry loads up. If you try to use your keyboard right away, it will not work. And it will not work if you continue on to start entering a mission. This includes every single key. Arrows, typing. We had first thought it was going to be a typing bug, like maybe there was a setting in Windows that wasn't working. But no, this is something that's happening during the initial loading process. There's a bug, and it's interrupting the process in some way that causes keyboard controls not to register. Now, we do have a workaround. When you Alt-Tab to another program and then come back, it will properly register the in-game controls because it turns them off while you are doing other things, and then it turns them back on again as you come back to the program. So to type in the Foundry, to use the keyboard, what you will have to do, and authors should take note of this until it's fixed, is to Alt-Tab or hit the Windows key, go to something like just go to the desktop, another program, then right back in. If you Alt-Tab a lot anyway, to bounce between music, websites, stuff like that, you don't pretty much don't have to worry about this. You may not have noticed because what you're doing is clearing the problem. But if you typically just focus on Stow, you don't go into any other programs, you will need to make the special step of Alt-Tabbing. Otherwise, you won't be able to type. So that is bug number 1. And again, for cryptic sake, it is happening during the initial loading of the Foundry menu, not when you go back between missions. So if you start the Foundry, clear the bug, go into one of your mission editor, the mission editor, come back out, go into another one, it won't reset. So it is definitely happening within that window. There's just an error We don't see like the effect of it. It's non-critical. It doesn't stop the Foundry from working, but it just interrupts the process just so much that the keyboard controls aren't setting. So that's what we got going on right now for the first one. This was potentially the most critical, but we did find that workaround, and we found that workaround just before the recording on the last show. So that's number one. Number two, and this is something we'll hopefully be testing tonight, is that some missions, for reasons we can't identify, are not qualifying for Foundry rewards, which in turn means that they don't qualify for the top 3 system, which in turn means they're not going to get played that often if they're in sector space. So it's just one of those things where they're just not qualifying. We haven't been able to make them qualify. We can't tell a pattern. So
these are missions that qualified before.
These are missions that qualified before that should qualify. They've got recent plays, or in some of the cases we can verify that. Other missions by the same author qualify. I've got 2 that don't qualify, but it's only 2. Some authors have a much higher proportion. So something may have gone wrong with the auto-republish. Something may be going on with that system. We don't know, and we can't verify if there's some other criterion these missions aren't meeting. So tonight we'll be playing one of those missions to see if just giving it more reviews for it once is enough to jumpstart it. If it is, then then Cryptic may have changed the algorithm, so it's now harder for a mission to qualify. But we'll give that a look tonight. No word from Cryptic yet, but hopefully I'll be sending a list of missions for Cryptic to basically look into sometime mid next week when I actually have time.
And we should say, I mean, if the criteria was changed for how missions will qualify for rewards, it may not have been intentional.
Yeah, that too. So it could be, it's hard to say, and it's hard to say if it's more or less selective. I will say that the 2 missions of mine that don't qualify are 2 of my lower rated ones and less frequently played ones. So that's why I was thinking maybe something changed, but that doesn't hold true for other authors. So it's a little bit of just a correlation rather than causation by the looks of it. So that's bug number 2, select missions not qualifying. And that's kind of more of the big problem, I think, with how Foundry missions are working in the population, because that means more missions are less available. So that has the biggest impact on the player population. Third bug, and this one is affecting the editor most. So this is affecting the authors most, is that about 1/4 of the 2D art in the editor is missing. And this is from the second to last auto-republish, the one that we barely noticed because it happened so fast. It was basically on the day of the big patch. And this was also the update where Zero added all the awesome stuff. So it seems like whenever there's an update to the assets, Cryptic sort of redoes all that 2D art. So you may notice some changes. Some go superficial changes in some of the art in the Foundry editor. But this time, we lost a lot of assets. I've been trying to do a list, but it basically comes down to it's about 1/4. It is a really big list. I still got, I'll still be doing a bit more of a post on this one, but this is a definite problem because it makes a lot of our assets really hard to work with because some of these don't have direct analogs. Like space stations, space building, about half or even more of the art's missing. So that makes it really hard to build in space.
I just noticed a bug that might be something that we have an issue with in Foundry Editor, but I haven't checked that yet. Is that when I right-clicked on your pictures in the team list and clicked on info, it popped up in the chat log these things like get critter group description by ID error.
Okay.
It takes 2 arguments. It's kind of weird.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably not affecting the Foundry editor because I don't see where that's going to be coming into play. But I mean,
well, if you were, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things where we do have the situations when we're looking at things in Foundry where we would have a reason to look at the description of something, but I don't know.
That's not coming into play here.
Well, like I said, it's just a weird error that I've never seen happen before.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. The one thing about the missing 2D art, that might be the easiest for Cryptic to take care of because during the next downtime, what they could just do is try to give that system a jumpstart, let it have another pass. It may have got interrupted last time and didn't finish generating all the art. So that may be as simple as that. They just try it again, and then we get the art assets back. So that's just something to definitely ask around, especially as we get close to Delta or like Victory is Life, is just, hey, can you guys take a look at this? Because that's definitely affecting our ability to build. Because losing a fourth of the assets from being able to easily work with, that's a little rough.
Yeah.
Especially in space. Because, yeah, most of the platforms don't have art. The freighters don't have art. The hex stations and the blinking, the spherical stations, they're okay. But yeah, losing all the platforms, that hurts. So, yeah. So, the one thing I did want to add is that if you have a mission that, like, people in chat right now, if you have a mission that's failing to qualify, I got Bloodleaf WoW on this one. But if you have a mission that's failing to qualify, please post it, because then I can actually add that to the list and we can send that on to Cryptic and just give them more information to work with. And then to wrap this up, we do have one more, and this was just discovered by Matt Johnson VA today, or yesterday. He had a problem with waypoints. A couple of his just would not display on a location objective, and we checked it out, everything looked good, and he was only able to fix it by replacing them, like full stop. So getting rid of it, putting a new one in. So when you're building missions, this might not apply to old missions, but if you're making a new one, or just be in general, just kind of keep a lookout for waypoints in your missions, test them out, make sure everything's going okay. I didn't find any problems, but we definitely did confirm that there is a potential issue. So watch out for that one.
All right. Well, what we're going to do right now is test out a mission that ought to qualify for rewards. It has 581 reviews, the majority of them 5 or 4 stars. But it says it doesn't qualify for rewards. Yes. So we're going to see if the 4 of us playing through, with a good length of playthrough and leaving reviews, see if that jump starts it and gets it qualifying again.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we are going to play Omnitabula Part 1 by Starfarer Theta.
Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
Oh, there should be rejoicing. We like Starfarer Theta missions.
Yeah, they're great. I mean,
exactly.
he's getting pretty up there with level building to, me and Johnny Snowball level.
So, yeah. Let's hail this one.
Okay.
One thing I noticed about that is that it puts it at the bottom of the list, which is a bit odd.
All right, so the Omnitabula, an ancient orb containing vast amounts of knowledge, is the key to finding Zausea, a potential site of a great assembly of knowledge akin to the Preserver Archive. But when the orb is taken, you must use any means at your disposal to take it back before the discovery of a lifetime is lost forever.
Yee.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Accept.
Wait, what's the scroll down part? Scrolls down.
It's just the same notes that he had in the mission description.
Oh, okay then.
Fleet Admiral, we're receiving a cryptic message on an obscure frequency. Source is unknown. It is tagged for Captain's eyes only. It is not exactly standard procedure. I suggest exercising caution if you intend to view this message.
Duly noted. I'll take this in my ready room. You have the bridge. You have entered your personal quarters and accessed your personal computer. Security procedures recommend that messages from unknown sources be opened on isolated hardware. All right, let's isolate our computer. Message transferred. Linked to ship system severed. This computer is now secured. Accessing message. We need to decrypt it. Let's try Alpha 1.
Success.
Okay. On the first try. One of you guys can read this one.
I don't have the pop-up. I already kind of went through
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Subject
Oops.
urgent. Fleet Admiral, this is a friend of mine that you must meet on Ryza as quickly as possible. The coordinates for the meeting have been included in this message. When you find her, make sure you say talisman. Get there as quietly as possible, and please try to inform your crew of your true intention to visit Ryza. I do not like to keep you in the dark, but should you come, and you should come soon, all will be made clear. Admiral Talna. Note, this message will decouple after closing. Proceed towards
Your
the
mission,
Ryza.
should you choose to accept it.
Yeah, really.
Proceed towards the Ryza system in the Ryza sector beta quadrant.
Bridge, set a course for Ryza. Hey, look, we're already at Ryza. That was
Hey!
fast. All right. Begin.
We have arrived in standard orbit around Ryza. Ready to beam down?
Yes.
Begin Omnitabula Part 1.
Let's see. Do I have a... That'll do. Bring our little Voth guy.
Giuseppe the Voth. Hey, I will help you all. I like mammals.
I forget, are Voth
I do
warm-blooded
all
or
the
cold-blooded?
heating.
They should be warm-blooded. They really, really should be warm-blooded, but Star Trek Online has really leaned into the cold-blooded thing. I can't recall if that was actually, the part of the original Voyager episode, but yeah, I mean, the blood thing.
I think that's something they intentionally avoided discussing in Voyager. They talked about them being dinosaur thingies, but I don't think that was something they actually cared to discuss.
The ideas about dinosaurs being warm-blooded is a relatively recent thing.
I'm not entirely sure if all of them were, or if just some of them.
By the 90s, it was much more common theory, and that's when this was made, or Voyager was made. So
yeah, now there's a couple of competing camps. It basically starts off with dinosaurs being kind of warm-blooded. Some basically become warm-blooded by default because of mass, and then some are just straight up warm-blooded. So it really kind of depends on the group you're looking at. But I think hadrosaurs fall into the kind of warm-blooded by mass, but also elevated body temperature. So they're kind of they're there. I mean, they're not straight reptile. So
also there's the school of thought of the term dinosaur being much like wormhole, in that it's a layman's term for several different categories of things.
Actually, dinosaur is a very functional term if you also include birds. Because then it works out very well in paleontology. Dinosaurs is a monophyletic group if you include birds. But people don't like that.
And then it's like, I have dinosaurs flitting around outside my window right now.
Yeah, so the technical where the science is right now is that we've got dinosaurs, which also includes birds, but people typically refer to dinosaurs as non-bird dinosaurs. So that's
but apparently it doesn't include the Megalania or the Komodo dragon.
No, because those are in squamates. Those are reptiles.
So back to the mission.
Remember when you started the show saying that?
Did I tell you about irrelevancy? Yeah. This is what I was talking about.
Welcome to our brains. You will be staying here forever.
Well, it gave us something to discuss while we were staring at the loading screen.
Yeah, except we haven't been for about 3 minutes.
So
anyway.
Mission.
Okay. Fleet Admiral's
a message
log,
from one Admiral.
Never.
Fleet Admiral's log, stardate 84169.57. A message from one of Admiral Atalanta requests that I meet a friend of hers on Ryza. This friend was never named nor described. I'm investigating this unusual request. It is promised that all will be made clear should I find this friend. If this is a ruse, then perhaps I can prevent this individual from baiting others in the future. In law.
Fleet Admiral, the security team is ready to beam down by your order. I have you coordinates filed. you could lose too far off. There is what other continuing functioning cause unknown caution. Communications.
What?
Say again.
It's a
I didn't
trap.
catch that.
I mean,
Find the Admiral's friend. Optional. Leave your officers here for increased immersion. You can do this via your bridge officer with command waypoints.
No, I think I'll
Good.
have Melon follow us.
Okay, no. Everyone stays here. Greendragoon goes up ahead alone. Because we're the bridge officers.
Yeah. I'm a fleet admiral. I am nobody's bridge officer.
Hey, gotta gamble. Gamble. Big
I
water!
see a giant pineapple.
All right, so there's this guy over here. What's going on?
Fleet Admiral Person. Didn't expect to see you here. Lieutenant Tatel Dulun. Something is wrong with the weather control systems, and no one can figure it out. Communications are starting to go out as well, so there's that. I don't like this. Watch yourself, Fleet Admiral.
Duly noted.
Speaking of dinosaurs, isn't this how Jurassic Park started?
I got my gun.
What? You need guns to kill things. Oh,
I got my big gun. Big gun.
I think we need to go to the right here.
Tricorder.
Because we need to get up on that hill.
I see the waypoint.
Because, the map.
The map. Deploy cat.
Someone
suddenly
suddenly bumps into you.
No time. I must find it. I know it's so close. I need to find the ship.
And he continues on hurriedly, but he appears to have dropped something.
Pick up dropped object.
It
There
appears,
appears to be a medallion. A gem is embedded in the center and it seems to be glowing faintly. Ghostly shapes form around it as you inspect it, but are barely visible. Perhaps they weren't even there at all. Whatever this is, jewelry device, is likely a personal item of whoever you bumped into.
Say nothing and keep the medallion. It's ours now.
Finders keepers.
my precious.
The description did say that there was a quite a bit of optional dialogue, so we're going to do our best to try not to get sucked into that.
For purposes, they dropped the medallion. It's ours now. We have 9.
There is a person over here.
Uh-oh.
Who are you?
Dial it.
Other side of the buildings.
Talisman.
Found a person.
Okay, we're supposed to say talisman.
Right thing to say. Thank you for coming. You must be the Fleet Admiral. Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Has told me a lot about you. I'm Dr. Elena Peril.
And it's a note on the length of dialogue. Extended, we get more. Standard, we get less. So let's go.
So we like standard for this particular run. So let's say, why am I here?
I'll tell you why you are here. My team and I have discovered something that could be the most important find since the Preserver archives. We found an artifact, an orb, that we believe contains a vast and ancient library of knowledge of lost civilization. My team estimated that it holds more knowledge than Memory Alpha. I haven't even touched on the best part yet.
I blame the Iconians.
Memory Alpha is a myth.
Suddenly you hear Russell behind you.
It's not AEI Judge Cat.
Turn around.
We're going to die.
I'm reading the doctor, so does somebody want to take
Okay.
Someone do it!
Good, they haven't found you yet. I am Admiral Atalanta. Identification code 43 Sierra Foxtrot. apparently a genuine code. I have a shuttle not too far from here, and we need to get out of here before we're overrun. They've already jammed the communications, so they should be around any second. I hear phaser fire already. I'll explain what's going on later.
Following you, then.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun,
There she is.
dun, 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 dun. Ooh.
What? I can't run through the bushes. Aww.
Starfire Theater's
jump
thought of
off the
everything.
cliff.
Curses, the bushes are trapped.
It's almost like they expected this.
Dun, 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 dun.
Going this way?
Nope, not that way.
I think that's your guys are going for the shortcut. Dead bodies. Oh, wait a minute. An identified humanoid. I recognize that one.
Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be in this location. Aw.
We're following the dudes. Inspect. Run, run, run.
What?
Run, run, run. I know where we're going. They've
I'm
played
just going
this
to follow
before.
you, Duncan, since you seem to know where you're going.
I just want to double check on the...
They seem to have stopped.
Okay, yeah, they're probably stuck.
Maybe we're supposed to inspect this ridge here. Looks like you can climb this rock ridge. Proceed.
There we go.
Or something, I guess, this way.
Whee!
I managed to find the
this way.
underside of where we're supposed to be going eventually. So, yeah.
Success! There we go. Aha! They
There.
spawn again.
Yes.
Ah!
Oh, I found a holographic rock. I hate
Things are blowing up.
hate holographic rocks. Makes it
Which
so
reminds
much
me.
harder for you to figure out what to climb on.
But everybody would love to hear what's actually going on.
Oh, did you not have the sound up?
Yeah.
There are Megos. That's an
Well, as
optional
long as they
dialogue
can hear
now.
us, we're the voiceover, after all.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Duncan providing the soundtrack. Poorly.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, boy.
Dun dun dun.
I wish you guys could see what I'm staring at on my screen. I stepped on a holographic rock and slipped into a crevice between two boulders.
Okay, I
And
smell
I
smell-
can't move anymore.
scene change.
Dun dun dun. Haha!
Oh no, I materialized into a console.
Oh no.
I'm inside a room with no doors.
So we've entered this shuttle.
Take
Taking
the
the helm. Think you can...
Think you can...
Oh, go ahead.
This one's me. Think you can run through the takeoff sequence for a shuttle? If you need help, I'll be right here in the co-pilot seat. So we have to prime the flight systems, activate navigation matrix, power up impulse drive, and fly.
Or we can skip the puzzle by
Or we can
punching
skip the puzzle.
console.
Huzzah!
Punch it. Punch it.
Skip it.
Uh,
Standard. Fly.
Standard.
We're cutting it a little close there. The enemy's operation seems to be a little sloppy this time. They're so desperate to get their hands on the orb. There is little we can do here. We will head for my ship, which be just outside of this system. Your ship should be there too. I believe it had suffered some damage from the attack and needed a tow to safety. Dr. Elena and I will explain what this is all about when we get there.
lies! My
Very-
ship would have exploded first.
What have I gotten myself into this time? ? Meet me on board the Audentia as soon as you can.
Very well
Very
again.
well.
Hey, Judge Cat's here.
Map transition. All right, so we have various discussion topics that we can grab while we're in limbo.
That was
So
Good.
landing page.
do you personally
Oh, yeah,
feel that
landing
Stowe
page.
needs more three-headed dragons?
Landing page, yeah. So,
Yeah,
one
it
thing
sucks.
okay, well, one thing to note first. This is something that it's a good public service announcement. Kale put it on Twitter forums. It's not working like it should. It really is.
No, it's
Yeah.
only supposed to pop up once per login rather than every time you switch characters, which
and
that is a good change. I mean, it's still not something that I need in the least.
no, it's generally one of those. Yeah, it's basically one of those no player left behind features. And a lot of games have them these days. Neverwinter's got one. Terra's got one.
That
Halo's
doesn't make it
got
good.
one. Well, no, but what it can be it's going to be good for is basically to make sure that people actually know about current content. And
Yeah, I mean,
that is a good community service, even if it doesn't relate to any given individual, because you benefit from people having a better idea of what's going on in the game.
It's one of those things like when there's a special event going on, they will display a news article item on the landing page to let players know that there's a special event going on.
But it would be good if they had an event section on there rather than just mission episode queue. The what's new was actually a good one. That was buried in another UI, and I think that's a good one to really put in the front and center for a new release. It's just now it's in between things, and there's nothing to really benefit from that feature. But
Anyways,
so one thing I do want to point out, like just say for a good bit of feedback on this one, why isn't this the main, why didn't they just retrofit the main mission journal front page as the welcome page? Because it's basically got the same things, except the what's new and C-store links. So that would have been a good one.
So
that would have been a preferable.
And it would have also gotten the Foundry on there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it as a pop-up at the beginning. It's driving me nuts as an element of the exit menu. It just seems so weird to be there.
Yeah,
I have to agree with that.
Yeah, and that's why
I think that idea, though, is to make it so that you can open it manually if you choose to close it.
Yeah, and that's why I think, too, that making it part of that front page of the mission journal gives it a much better place, because it's also where you think it should be when you're looking for, like, hey, you want to find out what's in the game right now.
Yeah.
It's looking at content, not just catching you right before you leave. Like, oh, hold on, did you see this? That's kind of where it is right now, so... It's definitely a work in progress. Cryptic's definitely going to be taking a look at this one. But definitely it's going to be patched soon to make it a little bit more bearable. And as with everything, it's going to be modified. Plenty of people have given feedback. But one thing I will note on this one, even if something isn't good and you can deliver feedback on it, do try to stay civil in that feedback, because there has been a lot of toxicity going around. Like, just absolutely vile going on the forums right now.
It has
just
been,
it's the standard hysteria you have whenever any new thing happens, honestly.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's a new thing. It doesn't really have a lot of positive qualities where we are right now, and the people complaining are the ones who are the features least geared towards. So it's just this confluence of factors. So definitely, people take it easy. It's going to change. It's here to stay as it is forever. So if you have specific suggestions, go ahead and leave those on the forums. I'd say Twitter's not the best place for this one to give feedback, because it does basically come down to the devs are probably swamped by that right now. So yeah, try to take it easy on them. They're hitting a pretty rough patch as far as the community interactions are going right now. So take it easy, and if you can, try to be nice to them. They'd appreciate it.
Yes, this is the Torg Bathleth.
So anyway, though, back to the mission.
All right, so thank you for coming. Is all well on your ship?
My ship is back to full operational status shortly.
Good to hear. Now, please take a seat. We have a lot to discuss concerning the orb, the cause of what happened on Ryza.
Yes, it better be good.
Begin briefing.
We don't care about the biographies. Take a seat. I feel it would be best to allow my friend Dr. Elena Pearl to that means to explain our situation. Dr. Pearl.
Standard. As you know, Fleet Admiral, the cause of our current circumstances is the 200,000-year-old orb. We call it Omnitabula. We have yet to access all of the data it contains, but what we can access is a bunch of star charts, We believe these charts are a key to finding the orb's place of origin, which we call Zanzius.
Zausia?
Zausia.
Yeah.
We believe that the orb itself contains more information than Memory Alpha, so we can only imagine what lies at its homeworld.
And this is what those attackers were after.
That's you, Durgan.
We believe so, though we are not yet sure why. We need to stop them in any case, since based on their actions, their intentions are anything but good. But that's why you're here. We hope that you have an idea on how we should combat this threat.
Give me a minute to think.
As you ponder, your eyes inevitably drift towards the orb. Then an image flashes into your mind, the medallion you picked up on Risa.
Admiral, may I try my hand at unlocking this orb? Dragon.
Take your best shot. Just make sure you activate the orb.
Attempt to decipher the orb. I'm going to lick it.
And that looks painful.
Beep. Ooh, we actually got a good use of a sound effect.
As a note to people playing this, don't sit on the table. You may or may not get stuck inside the hologram.
The medallion is still on your person. Its central gem is now a pulsing light. Hold it near to the orb. Increases the frequency of the pulses. Several sets of ghostly images project from the medallion.
Begin deciphering.
One set of ghostly images is more clearly defined than the others. One long vertical strip, one long and one short vertical strip. Blank, two short and two long horizontal strips.
Skip puzzle. I do always appreciate an author that gives us the option to skip puzzles.
Puzzles are fun if you feel like messing with them.
Yeah.
Plus, we gotta leave something for people to explore on their own.
Mm-hmm.
You, looks like you've done it. How? Never mind. I'll take what I can get. She takes a moment to examine the new data set. This is only one layer of encryption, but it's a start. What is that thing in your hand?
It belonged to someone I bumped into on Risa. I was unable to return it. By choice.
Can you use it again? Can you break through another layer of encryption? Medallion no longer activates.
I don't think so.
I'm impressed at our stroke of luck here regardless. Unless that medallion's previous owner is somehow involved with what's going on. This looks like a complete star map. See those dots?
I'm betting the owner was one of the people who was attacking us. It could be coordinates for star systems.
Maybe there are clues to Zausea in those star systems. This gives us a much-needed edge.
There's a momentary bright flash. And I'm still stuck in the hologram.
Report!
An unidentified vessel just tried to fire on the Audentia. I recommend that you beam back to your ship as soon as this threat has been dealt with.
Understood. Beam me back as soon as you're able.
Yay. The hostile ship is making a break for it.
Do whatever you can to prevent.
Too late. They've gone to warp.
Stand by for beam out. Strange, that ship could have remained undetected until reinforcements arrived. Why didn't they?
They're testing us.
I don't like what that implies.
Neither do I.
We are ready to beam you out, person. Just in time, too. Long-range sensors have picked up multiple warp signatures coming this way.
Energize.
Yeah, I could stop being stuck inside the hologram.
We beam into space and you're stuck inside another hologram.
One of the things I always found impressive...
What if we're all holograms?
What if things I always found impressive about what was the old show where they played through Foundry missions.
Primetime UGC?
No, before that.
No, there was something else.
Forgetting the name.
I can't remember.
Had Baz on it.
Yeah, well, it was Bazag and those guys.
Kirk Fett.
It was Galatrix, I think. Bazag and Galatrix.
Who was in our chat room a second ago? Is he still there?
Maybe. I don't know.
He is still there. He can probably remind us what the name of that was. I don't know why it's not coming to me.
Electrics, we need your help.
Fleet Admiral, several unidentified ships have dropped out of warp and the weapons are charged.
Galatrix says he's disappointed in us.
I'm the new guy. I'm blameless here.
Hey, that was a long time ago, and my memory is terrible.
Time to kill things.
All right,
Proceed with mission.
skip straight to battle stations.
Kill time. Because there's a lot of them.
Time to show Legion of Myth they're completely accurate about us.
But that we don't know how to play the game?
Yeah, that are built. Although mine's been.
Broadcast
I warned you.
UGC.
I warned you. This was my ship was made of tissue paper.
Well, we all for some reason brought TAC officers with little escorts. So
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys' problem is.
Andorian wing cannons for the win.
Oh, there's more loot.
Hostile vessels are destroyed. Damage reports are coming in now. I'm wounded.
Normal. What have we got?
There is damage to several subsystems. Warp drive is offline, and there are other reports of injuries on several decks. Sensors indicate more vessels are inbound. Their weapons are charged. But their energy profile is different.
This officer is not actually injured. He's just super dramatic.
Get away from that, didn't you?
More vessels are inbound. Their weapon signatures is different. But their energy is the same.
It's the same dialogue as the other box. Head to the asteroid field. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll blow them up by catapulting rocks at them.
Pilot escort.
I would really love it if you could actually do that in this game. It's like tractor beam things and fling rocks at them. Oh, good, any green ships this time. Green ships are always fun to explode.
As long as they're not in a cool. We've been fighting those guys lately, and they suck.
Why is it that my heavy graviton beam doesn't want to zap these guys? There he goes. Yay, I got mastery level 1 on my ship.
Fleet Admiral, urgent hail from the adventure.
That's
Give it
great.
a rest, dude. I don't know how, but they got it. They got the orb. Some of my crew is missing too. They have to have taken them.
We're going to need them and the orb back.
I have a plan. It involves getting some help, though. I've transmitted a list of candidates who I believe will help us. Find them and convince them to join us, and then we can intercept Enigma and take back the orb. Don't worry about tracking them. I snuck a transmitter under their noses so they won't detect it. It will allow us to know where they are.
I'll be on my way then.
It says, please select a
wait.
shuttle runabout as your ship for the next act.
The away team is ready to go on your order.
Can we do that?
Let's go. I
Without,
don't know.
going
Well,
somewhere before first?
Well,
I have no
were-
idea how that.
Wasn't it just saying that we should select a different uniform? Because that's what I saw.
It says, please select a shuttle runabout as your ship for the next act.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
I
The
don't know
only
how to
way,
do
the only way they're going to do that
I
is
don't know
they
how to
kick
do
us
that
out
on
to...
the fly.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? That might. He's edited this mission a few times, so it could be that was just part of an old one where you had to go between two different star systems. In which case, you could totally do that.
Anyway, we'll just continue on. Let's go.
The barrage officer we're bringing is.
Oh, I was going to bring my engineer. Oh well.
I have to say, this is probably by far the worst away team makeup ever.
What?
Tack, and dinosaur.
Tack dinosaur. Okay,
Well,
so
one thing I've
next
discovered
topic.
is that multiple kinds of tactical officer can actually make a reasonably varied away team because you have different approaches to killing things, and it is actually possible for tactical officers to have defensive abilities.
There's also the thing of if we're all red shirts, we don't know who's not going to make it. So it makes it a little bit more sporting.
Except this is Stowe, so we know that we're all going to make it.
Well, dinosaur might not.
I'm Captain Kills Them All. That should tell you everything you need to know about me.
Act 2. Lead Admiral's log. Start at 84171.37. My officers and I are currently in the process of recruiting several officers to help us retake the orb. We can only recruit 4, so as to limit the chances of our adversary discovering our plan before we are ready. First on the list is Admiral Atlantea's old mentor,
Atalanta.
Gautier. I've just given up trying to pronounce it.
The home of Nikolai Gautier. It says here that he built this whole place himself. Looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, and the teaming bug. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Impressive.
whoops.
Is he home?
We just have to knock on the front door to be sure.
Let us go.
Let's go.
Hey, he used the eye.
I
Peter
suggest we check up on any news while we're here.
Why?
Whoever we're up against did little to conceal their operation back on Ryza. If they're dropping their usual secrecy, then it may be possible that they have other operations happening elsewhere.
I'll take that under advisement, Commander.
Alrighty then.
I'm getting my full team.
Of course I am,
Yeah.
because I like watching my bridge officers kill things.
And we definitely need Greendragoon to... Oh, yeah, I remember this. I don't remember to try to this down sometime. The best stairwell. Or the best stairs.
That is pretty cool.
I'm just going up and down the stairs. There might
It's
be
just-
a mission.
It's just Quinn's desk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Quinn's desk, layered, but really tightly so you can't see.
I have to say though, in terms of real world stairs, this would be horrible. But in terms of a sci-fi aesthetic, sure, why not?
Yeah, that works.
He built it himself. It may not be the code. All right, so I'm going to talk to the
Absolutely
resident.
Talk to the resident.
Greetings, stranger. What brings you here to this work in progress? We're still setting up the furniture and other things. So, what can I help you with?
I am looking for Nikolai Gautier.
Father? What business do you have with him? Wait, are you the intermediary?
Intermediary?
He had some trouble with a Tellarite businessman. Apparently he needs an intermediary just to talk to him.
Do you know where your father is? I can help.
Yes, master. I mean,
I think murderous Duncan is back.
uh,
The longer we spend in the Foundry, the stranger he becomes.
He likes to hang out in the gardens, though, through that door behind me.
Thanks. See you around, kid.
All right, so do we just go through the door behind the stairs?
Yeah, bottom floor.
It's a nice fish tank.
And a nice garden out back, too.
Yeah, he's done some really good work here. You're not the guy.
Yeah, and the Omnitabula series was something that I was playing through not too long before I got started in the Foundry.
this is an interesting use for the Romulan ruins props because he basically used them to add a moss texture to the ground.
Fleet Admiral, what brings you here?
Explain the situation.
I see. I have heard of these attacks on Ryza, and the force you describe is somewhat familiar to me. I'll help, but first you must help me finish a little problem I need solving. I'm in a spot of trouble regarding a Tellarite named Reve. He has recently become hostile to me, and I'm not sure why. So I invited him over in order to discuss it. Unfortunately, he will only talk through an intermediary, who was supposed to be here an hour ago. Could you take his place?
No.
I will. Where is Reve?
You will find Reve in what my son calls the game room. When you go back into the house, go to your left, and then take another left, and that should lead you to him.
I won't be long.
Hey, Sharp Birthday, just in time.
Just in time to listen to Duncan butcher your dialogue.
I only started on this map.
And I mean like butcher with a bloody knife.
I will
Slowly.
Dragoon is butchering it in the, figurative sense.
I will make the dialogue clean again.
Talk to Rave.
Oh, I gotta go inside.
There he is.
In a low voice, they say Tellarites respect a good argument and are appreciative of insults. You approach Rave.
All right, gotta get there. Hold on. Dun, dun.
Let's
Wait, not optional dialogue. Okay.
You can skip the negotiation.
Okay, that's right.
Skip it.
Reve's issue with Gautier is the result of a dog ruining his lawn, which consisted of some kind of precious grass.
Wait,
Pick
how
the
does that
outcome
count
you're
as ruining?
most likely to achieve in this scenario. Let's go with you make things worse.
Yes. Okay, thanks, worse.
This is
That is definitely what we would do.
never mind. Sure. Okay, return to Gautier.
I may have made the dog into several pieces and a hat.
And folks, if you think you can do better than us, then you need to play Omnitabula, Part 1.
Yes.
Guys, over here.
Why he move? Stand there and tell him what happened.
I sincerely hope you brought good news. Standard, tell him what happened. He's always been touchy on how people treat his stuff. It's one of his failings, but it does not stop him from being a very good partner when he hasn't been affronted in some manner. You lived up to your end of the agreement, and I will uphold mine. Well, as soon as I can take care of some business here, rest assured that I will meet you at the rendezvous point.
Very good. Now I'm needed elsewhere. See you at the rendezvous point.
Fleet Admiral, were you successful in bringing my old mentor on board?
He's on board, yes.
Black hole time.
All right, so next topic. T6 ships for all Romulans.
Woo!
It needs to be symmetrical. They should make it so that Vulcans can fly scimitars.
Hey, hold on. I wouldn't completely discount that, because they're probably doing this to get the Jem'Hadar, like bring the Romulans in line with the Jem'Hadar are going to be.
I'm sure Jem'Hadar will probably be able to use everybody's ships.
But the Jem'Hadar do have another confirmed feature of Tier 6 ship use. They've got the Tier 6 Mastery trait.
So they may add that to Scimitar, T6
They
warbirds.
may add that to Romulans if they really want to bring those guys up.
Once you max out a ship, you can use it everywhere.
Yeah,
that may be a mechanic that they continue to do.
Yeah, so that might be coming. It's really hard to say because this I thought was unexpected. But if they really bring if they're really doing this to bring the Romulans in line with the Jem'Hadar, they may do that in other ways. So we'll just have to see.
One thing I will say on the subject is that it was obviously something that players have requested for like years now.
What?
Duncan, during the transition, did you go through a costume change?
Oh no, this is what I was doing on the last map.
I couldn't see that.
You know, Duncan, probably every single one of his characters is maxed out in costume slots.
I don't have maxed out, but I just have a bunch. Let's change it again. There we go.
According to the data provided by the Admiral and by the ships docked outside, Captain Ryjar and Vasco are currently visiting this station.
Understood. We need to find them quickly, Pip-Pip.
Fleet Admiral, this station receives news from several outlets around the quadrant. If we can find an access point to the archive, then we can data mine it for incidents similar to what happened on Ryza. We could learn more about our adversary this way.
We'll keep a lookout for that archive.
Okay.
I tend to find out how many people I would get to disembowel with my Batleth today.
I've been tempted just to make this character Ross, but I don't get. I can't consistently.
Is this a Cardassian?
Yeah, it's one of the default NPCs.
Honestly, if you made him Ross, then who would be DuncanIdaho?
I know. Well, I just kind of do Graves as a default male humanoid, but
maybe Ross and DuncanIdaho are the same person. I mean, I've never seen them in the same room together.
This mission does need Ross, though. I add him.
No mission needs Ross.
What? All missions need Ross. Come on.
Hey, I found a group of Romulans wearing Intel outfits. That's cool.
Ross is a stabilizing factor. He makes things go smoothly.
I don't know. I thought Ross was like us in that he made things worse.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Talk to bartender. Sure, why not?
Where's the bartender? I've got a gun.
Over on the other side.
Okay. I interrogate.
Maybe we're just looking for a quiet drink.
What would you like to have today?
Whatever's on offer.
Very well.
You know where?
She pours a strange drink that could only be described as green.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Take a drink.
I will have.
Anything
Have you seen Vasco and Brynjar?
Those two? I've seen them around, though they seem to be in some sort of trouble with the Gorn.
What sort of trouble?
You'd have to ask them. If I were to hide from a Gorn, it'd be the storage room back behind me.
Thank you for your help.
Thanks for your help.
I'm back to Graves.
Storage room. Okay.
Talk to Hazra? Sure.
He put Hazra in the mission!
Duncan, would you like to do the honors?
Hazra is concerned about the meeting of shifty creatures. Hazra need to act. Hazra waits until slow hours. Minimize risk of collateral damage.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I found a glowy thing. Access terminal. Sure,
Wait.
why not?
Why has Hazra got so many creatures? Oh, wait, yeah.
Please select your query.
This is optional.
Log off. Okay, then.
No optional.
Hold on, I got it. I do have to explain that last scene. In a mission, I did say Hazra was convicted of smuggling endangered species.
Those don't look like endangered species. They look like dangerous species. I should shoot them immediately.
No, not the Eppo. I save Eppo.
Especially the Eppo.
Bro. Okay.
Don't you remember that old speculation about how the Eppos are actually the alpha predator on New Romulus?
Okay. Dialogue.
Captain Brynar? Fasco?
Yeah.
Who wants to know?
Let's tell them who we are. Ah, the Fleet Admiral. So what brings you out here?
Explain.
That's really something. It is, but we have a bit of a problem of our own.
What is it?
What is it?
I just want to point out that it was his fault.
Sure.
No, it's okay, but look, there is reasoning. We're not mingling with the crowd here. There's a Gorn fellow who may be a little crossed about a little remark I made about his scarf.
And this remark
How
would
did you become
be...
captain?
Doesn't matter. What matters now is that this Gorn is out for blood.
So why are you still here? Shouldn't you have left the station after that?
Well, we're just getting ready to finally stand up to him. But now you're here, maybe you can help us.
I'll clean up your mess, but you must agree to join me afterwards.
We will.
Good. So, where is this Gorn you've maddened?
Just in that room you came through. He should be big Gorn, the big Gorn wearing the blood red vest. Well, the scarf.
That's a typo. It's a Garn spelled
Garn.
Gorn with an A.
1 star.
Your TAC officer speaks up.
I believe I've seen him. He is in the southeast corner of the barroom we passed through.
Confront and placate the Gorn.
Then let's go
Oh.
speak to the Gorn.
Yep.
Maybe I can beam him into my brig and threaten to unleash him on this guy if he misbehaves.
Well, clearly he's a fashion disaster, so he deserves what he gets.
Hey, you. I bet you don't have the skill to compete with this.
I suspect
yeah.
this is an optional dialogue.
Yeah, because it's not the right one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some other time.
Proceed. Dance off.
Okay, different Gorn.
Away!
Here's the Gorn.
You remind me of 2 little humans I ran into earlier. You might want to know where they be.
Might I inquire on why you went to find them?
A
Eat their liver with some
business
fava beans
you
and
should
nice
not
Chianti.
concern yourself with. You have met them. I can smell it.
Yes, I have, and
Tell me where they be.
I will, if you promise to do some conditions.
No conditions. You are here to do their bidding, and you will suffer for it. Defend yourself.
Lizard,
I just want a suggestion for Star 4 Theta. Let us insult the scarf at this point. That is
yeah, fight me. And your scarf is stupid.
just like, that's a stupid scarf.
I blinked. Where'd the Gorn go?
Vaporized.
Does
Does
that
that-
always happen around here?
His colleague replies,
Yes.
could have helped.
You were doing fine.
Well, we were, actually, to be honest.
A figure
You're
approaches
right.
you. Thank you for apprehending this criminal.
Who are you?
You may call me Tavev Kota. I believe I have seen you before. Yet it seems to me that you wish to keep your identity a secret. May I ask why?
I'm on a dangerous mission which has necessitated secrecy.
I see. The Roman Republic thanks you for your assistance in apprehending a weapons trafficker. Jolan True.
Untrue.
Dragon!
So I don't get to keep the angry Gorn guy.
Is it safe to come? I guess it is. Thank you for helping us out. I think it's only fair that we join you on your adventure. Now, Vasco, let's see who gets to the rendezvous point first.
Silently disapprove.
Sure, why not?
Ready to go when
Let's
you are.
go.
Yay,
You
Hazra!
guys don't
was
want to
in-
race to the rendezvous point. You're no fun.
Hazra was chipping endangered animals. That makes me so happy.
It's always kind of fun when other people get their hands on your characters. It's like I know that character, but I don't know what he's doing right now, which makes it interesting.
Well, I should have known exactly what he was doing. I need to bring Hazra back. Well, I got another AP mission coming up, so. Planning on making him more serious, but no, we need to get him run. Oh, wait, no, I know where to put him.
I think
There's always
we-
room for illegal smuggling. The teaming bug.
Oh, yes.
It'd be interesting if we're in any combat.
Yep. According to our information, Captain Asgar was assigned to patrol the system.
Do we
Do
know why?
He was sent to investigate the rumors of an Alachi base in this area. He's overdue to report.
Sounds like those were more than just rumors. Prepare for impulse flight.
Wait, Admiral. Agnes's biography indicates that he and his ship had survived the encounter similar to the one we saw in Ryza. I'm compiling all the info we have about the Ryza encounter, including any surprise attacks on us shortly after. It may convince Asgar to join us.
Whatever it takes.
Good work.
Dropping to impulse.
This is Captain Thraz Asgar, the USS Validus. Identify yourself.
Identify yourself.
The Admiral person? Let me check something. You are indeed that person.
Pronoun troubles.
Pronoun troubles. My captain is a she.
A recommendation for Theta, them. Just, you are indeed that person, or that Admiral, or the
Or
Admiral.
you are indeed who you appear to be.
Identity confirmed or something like that.
You are
Yeah.
indeed that carbon-based life form.
Uh.
Right, no, that still could be problematic.
I'm silicon-based, you prejudiced jerk.
Explain the transmitted files.
I've seen these ships before during the attack on Sigma 201. All right, I'll join you, but only after you assist my current mission. I'm currently working with Captain Leopardus. Unit eliminating an Alachi presence in this system. My ship will take point while we approach the Alachi base in the asteroid field. The Leopardus will clear the facility once we're there.
Understood. This is going to go very badly.
I'm very confident in this situation.
Like I said, I'm called Captain Kills Them All for a reason. Actually, I have no idea what we're going to be flying into.
It's basically with a teaming bug. Everyone else will have new instances that are scaled to their basically scaled to one player, and then one player's got the instance scaled to 4.
So the question is, who's not going to make it out of this one alive?
That's a good question.
Well, first group, I only see one ship, so
I only see one ship.
I wonder if maybe they fixed that bug that makes it so you have too many enemy things.
Or it could just be random. We've definitely done some. The Legion of Myth has encountered some problems.
Well, that bug with getting a 4-man version of an enemy group when you only have one person isn't limited to Foundry. I've actually seen that happen in system patrols because it was teamed with someone who wasn't there.
Alrighty. So I've gotten to some dialogue.
Yep.
That was one of their patrol ships, that dialogue.
Who was voicing this guy? Duncan?
Duncan was your guy.
Well, I'm just waiting for you guys. We
Yeah,
found
we're there.
your team. Your team should know what to do. Can't. Remember, it's a cat, so we got to apply the 0 roll to.
Alanis, a sensors are showing up what appears to be several shipwrecks up ahead. Can you confirm?
Yalachi base?
Meow. That responds. Are we at to meow?
We're confirmed.
Wait,
Confirmed.
you're at confirmed?
We did
It's
the
much
first
more
station
like-
dialogue.
It's much more likely the Yalachi base. It looks like they are more active than we thought. Luckily, we are here to put an end to their operation.
Proceed.
Resume exploding everything that moves. Hello, Alachi things. Prepared to be exploded.
They're labeled Ilachi, parentheses, enemy, as if there is any other kind.
Well, I mean, theoretically it's possible, but it's never actually happened, so you...
The only
I
good
think
Ilachi is a dead Ilachi.
Yeah. Starfire Theta likes to just label the enemy groups in space. Just to help out with the red icon.
We found them. Hey, your team should know what to do. A response.
My team will infiltrate the base as soon as their countermeasures are offline. Melpis, are you almost done?
Memphis
Okay, I already went
responds.
through that dialogue. Remember, it's meow pits. You gotta go meow. Meow, meow,
Of
meow.
course, I'm almost done. It's not that hard, meow. Done, meow. Transport inhibitors are online, as well as a suite of other meow surprises.
I had my team entering the base. Keep a lookout for Alachi forces out there while we secure and disable the base.
You can
You
count on us.
Sensors are picking up more Alachi forces heading this way. Probably the rest of their patrols.
Captain,
We see them too. It's a little less than I was expecting. Let's keep them busy while the Leopardus team completes their mission.
Understood. Exploding the enemies is my specialty.
I've already completed
keeping
that
them at
section,
bay.
so yeah, I'm just waiting right now. Barrel rolls. Whee!
Stupid Alachi think that subspace jump thing actually helps. Haha, no it doesn't.
because we can turn. Haha.
Well, see, the problem with the subspace jump thing is that it tends to make it so that the shield facing I just knocked offline is the one currently facing me after they subspace jump.
I've got pilot maneuvers too, so it's like, hey, you just jumped. Boosh.
Surprise!
I can jump too. I just burn massive amounts of rocket fuel to do it.
Who's doing the tactical bridge officer?
Hang on, I'm not there yet.
Dum, da-dum, dum, dum.
Okay.
Looks like that was. Looks like that was all of them. Sensors are not picking up any more Alachi ships in the area. Incoming transmission from the Leopardus team.
Standard.
On screen.
This is error of the Leopardus team. Mission complete. The base is secured. We've also had an unusual development. Some Klingons have been imprisoned at this facility. They look like they could use some medical help. We are prepping them for beam out.
Good work, Leopardus. We'll beam you over once we're ready. Fleet Admiral Person, my ship will join you once we're finished up here.
Understood. We'll be waiting for you there.
Fleet Admiral, would you be willing to accept our help in your quest as repayment for your help here?
Of course.
Quest? What is this? A fantasy RPG?
Fleet Admiral, we are receiving a long-range transmission, but it is the origin sources unknown. I have taken the necessary precautions in case there is any malicious intent behind this transmission.
I never should have let you take that drama class, Commander. Put it through. Fleet Admiral Sherrill, I am aware of your current situation and I believe I can help. But first, you must meet me on Cardassia. Don't worry, it shouldn't take long.
I know this lady.
Cardassia, isn't that like the other side of the galaxy?
I have not met this person before, so I'm sorry. Who are you?
I seem to have forgotten my manners.
Didn't we talk to this person already?
I'm Amanda
Nope.
Atalanta. Drake sends his regards.
Don't tell me you work for that organization.
Your newfound adversary is a threat to the Federation that cannot be ignored. It is simply my duty to help you. But after we deal with another crisis.
Cardassia is a little out of our way.
It shouldn't take long for you to get there. I did install a transwarp drive on your shuttle. Surprised you haven't found it yet.
You did
Oh wait, that's why these enemy groups are so pitifully easy. We're supposed to be fighting them in a shuttlecraft.
When were we ever supposed to switch to shuttlecraft?
Remember
It
we
may-
were...
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
told, but it may have been part of our older part of the mission.
Well, you know, there wasn't there something where you could... You were able to switch to a shuttle on the fly?
back in
like,
the day.
Years ago?
Yeah.
I don't remember if that actually works now.
Oh wow!
Because that was back when you didn't have a shuttle always equipped.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can. No, you can totally do it. You can totally still do it.
How's that?
You just hit the menu, change active starship, and the only one you have access to is a shuttle.
Oh,
Wow! I
Okay.
have played this game forever, and I did not know that was a thing.
Wait, where now?
Okay,
Look at their icons in the team menu.
so
Their ship profiles changed.
you okay? Oh wait a minute. It won't let you. It won't let me change back.
Oh, you're doomed.
Okay, so you hit your main character menu, and then you just at the bottom it should when you scroll down.
Switch starship.
Don't do it though. I can't switch back. the option's gone.
And
I can switch back.
Wait, I knew something you guys didn't.
Apparently.
Okay, so I don't know where we are at the dialogue now.
Oh, it shouldn't take long for you to get here. I did install a transport drive on your shuttle. We read that part. And then you said you did what? Writing a check on all systems now. This shuttle has been installed with a transport drive, but someone messed it as a systems upgrade.
You better have a good reason for this.
This is one of those things where feeling angry about this seems pointless, but
Believe me, I do. Do you want to read it?
I'm transmitting some transport coordinates for when you arrive. It also includes some credentials you will need.
Very well, we'll help.
Good. And perhaps you should put on something a little nicer before you get here, if you have anything.
Nope.
I found how to switch back.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
I saw the option.
Ready the transwarp drive.
But apparently we're supposed to be in shuttles, so.
So anyway, though, the what you basically do is that when you're highlighted on your ship in the list, you'll have that switch starship, but it's for your active one. So to change back from your shuttle, you select your shuttle, and then you do switch starship. So there we go.
Ready to engage?
Engage! Oh, I got the officer this time. Ooh, who am I bringing? Where is that? Ah, there we go.
I'm just seeing literally my entire away team pop
Oh, yeah,
up.
I just saw that. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably be...
So
Didn't well, the last time we did a playthrough, didn't we end up with a team full of 4 full away teams?
Yeah,
like 20 characters running around.
Yeah, the teaming bug alternates, so we'll have it, then we won't have it, then we have it, then we won't have it, so we're probably going to be pretty well set here.
hey, it's you guys.
Oh, we don't get our peoples.
Although
That's a shame.
I did get one of my bridge officers.
They randomly selected one apparently, but
See, I didn't take you that long to get here now, did it? Oh, I guess this is the same person as before. You should be reading this.
Let's see. Oh, they're all extended.
Could do. Yeah, we got about a half hour left.
We could do dialogue summary.
Okay.
Amanda called you here to help maintain security at a talk between Bajor and Cardassia. Amanda, under the guise of a waitress, will be keeping an eye on the ambassadors while you keep an eye on the generators. The generators power the shield around the building, and if the shield fails, then the building will be open to attack. So, to check on the generators.
And half the people despawn when you click the button.
Which are up here.
Hilariously, I am wearing my only outfit for this character.
Here, I can change into my...
I've got a slightly swankier outfit.
It's not letting me change it.
The only alternate
put on my
outfit I have that's actually different is a winter variant where it's basically just a white version of the Intel outfit.
I am Debnik. You must be the new security that was contracted. Personally, I don't trust others with the security on this place. I'll be keeping a close eye on... Who's there?
You hear footsteps behind you. Uh-oh, intruders.
Well, someone just
I think we got them.
Never mind, it was just some dead bodies. We secured generator Alpha, but I'm reading weapons fire in the foyer. The intruders must be going after the other generators.
We need to secure that generator.
Kill them with killing.
Foyer secured. Thanks for the assist.
This is what we do. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfracker.
And time to massacre the guys in the generator room.
Door shut.
It could take a while to override the lock.
Just blast it open. Hard pass.
Disarm bomb. Sure, why not?
That's a heck of a bomb.
What? You guys seeing Bajoran security?
Oh, we're past Bajoran security.
Okay.
Bomb is disarmed. Very good.
The rest of the place has been cleared, and the ambassadors are safe. That soldier over there looks like one of the attackers seen on Ryza.
That's a
It's
bomb? And how do you know that? Wait, don't tell me.
My team has been keeping track of this situation for longer than you realize.
How long have you been keeping track of this?
I just said longer than you realize. I just quantified that. Don't make me quantify it again. This really isn't the place to be discussing this. I can tell you more once we've joined that off-the-cuff task force you've been putting together.
Any thoughts as to why the enemy looking for the orb would crash a peace talks?
It's certainly outside their MO. And instability in this quadrant would provide an effective smokescreen for their operations, especially since they have it now.
You seem to know a lot about what we're dealing with. Just how much do you know?
Again, this is
Not the place. Got it.
good, because I've been following these people since I joined Section 31, and I'd rather not lose this chance to get them.
We should get back to our task force, as you call it.
I'll meet you at the rendezvous point with my own ship. I just hope that I'm strong enough to break the news to my sister.
News?
News.
She needs to know who I am. It would be best if it came from me.
Hope it goes well.
Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Autobots, roll out.
All right, rolling the dice. Are we in the same group or not?
Probably not. It's been alternating, so
Dice roll says no.
the dice roll has two numbers on
Ball
it.
says, ask again later. So, Duncan, I assume you're entering your tardigrade poster into the contest?
I may have done that as soon as I did it.
I was going to say entering would imply that he hasn't already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I entered as just shortly after I created that one, and I just basically sent it to Gail saying, "Hey, I kind of don't know what the parameters are, but here you go." Because I kind of figured that there's also you got to create a faction propaganda poster, and if you want to get technical, tardigrades aren't a faction yet, so they're working on it. They've got a club. They've got hats.
All right, so Captain's Log. Captains Vasco and Bringer were successfully convinced to join us. Admiral Gautier has also decided to join us. He pulled a few strings with Starfleet to acquire a ship and crew for the mission. Vacation Leopardus unit and Amanda Atalanta, the Admiral's sister, have also joined us. The latter seems to know a lot about who we're facing. She intends to share this knowledge once we've joined the rest of the fleet.
More. Would you like to know more?
While her help is welcomed, I wonder if there's an ulterior motive to her actions. She is a member of Section 31. Speaking of which, in a necessary move for the sake of the mission, she has decided to finally inform her sister about that.
And log entry.
We've arrived at the rendezvous coordinates. Looks like everyone is here.
Good, let's get back to our ship.
We're already in our
Probably
ship.
going to need it.
Oh, that, yeah. Probably a good idea. So,
I am
so
technically
where's
in a
this?
shuttle.
I see where the switchback button is, though.
Wait, is this the best idea? I mean, putting Greendragoon in a shuttle.
Oh, and it's like the worst of the shuttles. It's the Chaffee shuttle.
Oh, God. What are you doing, man?
Switchback, dude.
Switch back. Cheat! Cheat! For the honor of Roundtable, we demand that you cheat.
No, the dialogue says I can switch back.
Yeah, it's not cheating. It says you're supposed to switch back. Well, while you get reacquainted with your ship, I will be meeting with Eveline. After that, I need to brief all the captains of your task force. Just go with ship-to-ship communications on this one. We're wasting enough time here as it is. Here's a security frequency that everyone should use for the conversation.
Understood.
Open hailing frequencies.
Why is there a ship labeled "Don't Mind Me" floating in mid-air?
I
what?
gotta see which that shit.
Group, alien ship disruptor? What?
Ah, we got something behind us. I'm gonna check it out.
I don't know why it's there. I hope you all managed to get one last word out to your friends and loved ones. Since we are short on time, I'll cut to the chase. The Fleet Admiral and I have asked all of you here for 2 reasons. 1, to rescue my captured crew. 2, to retake the orb known as the Omnitabula. Each of you should already have received information on that second item. I suggest you review it now. As you can see, this could be one of the greatest scientific discoveries of our time. Maybe as great as the discovery of the Preserver Archive.
Standard.
Let's go with dialogue summary.
Oh.
Okay. The meeting was headed by Admiral Atlantia, who was not warmly accepted by the Eveline, accepted when Eveline announced that she worked for Section 31. This matter was quickly settled to allow the meeting to move forward, however. Amanda Atlantia proceeded to give information on the enemy known as Enigma. A file on Enigma was given to all captains, and at the end of that file was an ominous note left by Enigma. To have an edge over this adversary, Amanda has installed transport drives on every ship in the task force. Every captain took issue with this action. The meeting was interrupted when the transmitter went dark. There is no time to lose.
I already have a transwarp drive on my ship. Oh, well.
I do.
This is a better one. End summary.
This one's not pointing backwards.
Activate transwarp drive. Sure, why not?
Whee.
Get the explosions.
Ah!
You're like Voth this time. Okay then.
Well, if you're inventing an alien race, you gotta reskin some mob.
Indeed.
There you go, boo. There you go. Target vessel has been disabled. The area is secured, for now at least.
Let's go with a standard a year. If you're going to get on that ship, now is the time.
My team will be on that ship. Stand by. Are you sure? Fleet Admiral, the Klingons wish to join us.
He is interrupted.
I am Kalash. I and my people wish to redeem ourselves of our defeat at the hands of the Alachi. Will you accept our help?
A year, it's your call.
All right, Tagni, you will keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Meow. They won't leave my side. Meow. I do have some of the quickest reflex of anyone, after all. Meow.
Watch yourselves over there.
Transport in progress. They have successfully transported onto the disabled vessel. Just in time, too. Enigma ships are almost on top of us, and likely other engagements. They have a slightly different energy signature. Defeat the incoming forces. Oh, they switch. Let's give them some cover.
So he gives us a reason why he actually used different mobs for each of these encounters.
They adapt.
Meh, and Captain kills them all. Who cares about things like that?
I've got the Top Gun music playing in my head right now.
Danger zone.
I may be made of tissue paper, but that won't stop me from taking you with me.
Pew pew.
I'm having to placate AEI Judge Cat right now.
Use your stasis field.
I think I killed them all.
Yum yum yum. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. This
you
is
doing,
you're
Mark?
just passing time.
Stop
This is
speaking.
error.
Stop
We
speaking
have it.
patient.
We've got the orb requesting immediate beam out.
You have a transporter lock.
There is some kind of inhibiting field in place. We need to get closer to establish transporter lock.
Stand by, person.
Getting transport.
Transport successful.
Open a channel to all ships.
Channels open.
Open, sir.
All ships, we have it. Prepare to leave the area.
Roger, ship, and good timing too. More ships have appeared on sensors. Activate transwarp drive.
Go.
Helm, get us out of here.
Before AEI Judge Cat bites my neck. Transport, transwarp jump
disabled.
successful. Looks like we're in the clear.
So standard for now. I heard we have the orb, but what about the crew? Did Air's team find any of them?
I'm sorry, Admiral. We found some of your crew, but they were changed. They had become part of Inigra's forces. We had no choice.
What? You mean they had been changed into them? I trust you did what you had to do. We must now ensure that they did not die in vain. Fleet Admiral. What? What are you laughing at?
I know, it's just they all sound like Drogon.
Well, man.
Technically, they're twins, so they should sound alike.
Exactly. Then they both sound like me. Fleet Admiral, didn't you think that operation came off a little too easy?
Well, no.
Easy? You call that easy? Well, it's just that they did not put up as much of a fight as I expected. I thought we were going to sustain far heavier losses. I think Enigma is trying to pull one over on us, and they are the ones who are really ahead. I recommend we try to find Sausea before they do.
Agreed.
Let me guess. Enigma downloaded the contents of the orb, and they're like, okay, we don't need it anymore.
I recommend we split up to make the most of the transwarp drive. To make the most of the transwarp drives gives us. I wouldn't split into more than two groups. As Enigma ships are powerful, and we're likely to encounter them again. How about Admiral Eveline, Fleet Admiral person for squadron leaders? Binyar and Adsngar and we'll go with Eveline and Vasco and. Well, Andorian names are supposed to be unpronounceable. Vasco and Amanda, and I'll go with the person again. Any objections?
I didn't understand a word of that.
Then let's proceed.
And then we'll get Enigma.
Engage.
Transwarper's drive is ready, even though it didn't come as a surprise. Ready to activate on your order.
Engage.
Just a note, the disabled Enigma ship didn't despawn for me.
Did it explode?
No, it didn't despawn.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, implied. I mean, we just boarded it, so.
Well, then we transwarped away.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Probably because it's an objective.
I can still have it. It might be something like that. Because if it's but you can also.
It's not an enemy mob.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if it was like a dialogue contact, but
No, because we never talked to it. We just throw
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, so then it sounds like, we're all together. We have arrived at
Point one now, Fleet Admiral. According to the information obtained from the orbit, there should be a rogue planet caught in the gravity well of a black hole to the area I need to go to sickbay. It should also be in the stable orbits around the black hole.
Oh, yeah.
Your science
The
officer
death-
will
the death-
return.
The death suit.
I would agree with some of your
Let's do dialogue summary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upon arriving
Upon
at the
arriving-
destination, it becomes clear that finding the rogue planet will not be easy due to the debris field and the gravitational effects of the black hole. The only solution is for each ship to spread out and scan at different points and then corroborate the data to locate the rogue planet. Proceed to and scan at each of the scan points. Yay.
Proceed.
Scanning.
This is one of those mission objectives things where having multiple players is probably going to make it a lot quicker.
Get on track here. There we go. Scan point pistachio.
There's something deep inside the debris field. It could be a planet. Stand by. It would appear that the planet is broken apart.
Standard.
Indeed.
Indeed, helm. Flotaclurse.
My ship will go to help with you out. Oh, and Fleet Admiral, want to see who can reach it first?
Not
Not
particularly.
particularly.
Because if you screw it up, that means you go into the black hole. I don't like that idea.
Just take us in, Helm.
Just take us in.
That's a nice black hole.
Gautier and I will keep a lookout for any unexpected visitors.
I understood.
He's got the plumes coming up from the top and the bottom. He's got the rotation, and yeah, it's a nice black hole.
It is.
And you can see that the planet.
The
I'm
scan
flying-
looks like this glowing magma thing.
Big hitting scans. Strange sensors indicate an energy signature on the surface of the planet fragment. Its power levels are increasing.
Let's do a dialogue summary so that we don't have to listen to his Oscar-worthy performance.
Scans the planetoid fragments inadvertently activate a device still located within them. This device was far from hostile. It only zapped your ship and transferred data that will help you find Xausia. Also, Enigma ships have appeared in the system, and they will be trouble when you try to leave. Escape. Yay.
I'm flying
Time
into
for
a black
Captain
hole.
kills them all. The time for Captain kills them all to resume killing everything that moves.
I'm flying into the black hole. Oh no! Oh wait, I gotta fly out of the black hole.
Idjit.
Dragon,
Okay.
suicide is never an acceptable option to end a mission.
There are ships to be blown up here.
I'm coming. Ship's going. Okay.
Whoa. I think we're actually supposed to just get the heck out of here. According to the objective.
What?
We're fighting.
But they're being so nice and blowing up for us.
I know, right?
Out over on the side.
Yay! I got mastery level 2. Jeez. What's this button do? Domino. Oh yeah, that thing. I forgot I had that installed. All right. I think we've finished killing everything.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Damage report.
Processing now, Fleet Admiral. There's damage all over the ship, and decks are reporting injuries like mine. Main power is offline, though almost have exhausted all redundancies. Engineering reports that the repairs are underway.
God, you're not injured.
Seriously, this is one of those things where I'm like, wait, what?
Dialogue summary?
Dialogue summary.
You were hit by a shockwave from a magnetar that used to be the sun for your next destination. All ships in your team have suffered major damage as a result, although repairs to critical systems should be quick. However, there's another shockwave heading towards your location. The only way you can survive is by combining the remaining power in each ship to form a shield. Sure. There's a blank box that says continue. Sure, why not?
Well, it said Finnish summary, and Finnish people are very, they don't say a lot of words.
Continue.
That's
apparently,
weird.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't.
We got a broken dialogue then. Okay.
Yep.
Hang on, let's
crap.
see.
This means that the dialogue box isn't completing. We can't progress.
Hang on.
No, we just go through the standard path.
Go to ops and go through the other path.
What
What about the other ships? Are they hit just as bad?
Okay, got it. Because we did the skip, so.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, okay, then that's a flaw in the thing that needs to be.
Yeah, sometimes we found bugged objectives. Sometimes it's just something's gone wrong in the dialogue, so that might need to be replaced. We've had some weird troubleshooting with that, so it's just something to look into.
The shield is holding, and sensors indicate that this wave should pass momentarily. Oh, speaking of passing, it also seems as if the shield has been removed. The effects of the residual field are left by the first wave. Long-range sensors are now effective now scanning. They detect no other waves heading our way. Incoming long-range hail, Fleet Admiral. It's the other team.
You know what, Lieutenant Drama Queen? Report to the brig. Dialogue summary.
Report to the agony booth. I mean, what? No.
The shield's held.
The shield.
There will be no more shockwaves. This will allow your team to quickly patch up your ship for transwarp. Team B then opens a long-range communication to inform you that the completion of their part of the task. Since you are done as well, it is decided that the task force should meet up. Before going, the data from each group is combined. While the picture is incomplete, Dr. Elena is able to make a confident decision which subspace tunnel is the correct one to lead you to Xerace.
Main power is back online. I've had to resort to using the EPS relays that were not really meant for that sort of thing, but they should do the trick. Transwarp drive is available.
Activate!
Except
Hurry up
Activate.
before the magnetar explodes again.
Activate form of transwarp.
don't mention exploding. My insides are barely being held together by staples I put in there myself. It started with a paper cut, and one thing just led to another, and, well, my arm is over there, and I don't know how it came off.
Should have
You were
used
playing with the
self-sealing
agony
stem
booth.
bolts.
All
right, it's the airlock for you.
I'm afraid I couldn't possibly go at the airlock because my insides are
Security, arrest this man.
I'm
As
physically.
a science officer, emergency transport him into the nearest black hole.
I accidentally stapled my leg to the console here. If you remove me, the entire ship explodes.
I'm willing to risk it.
We've arrived at our destination. TB is already here.
Standard. Open
Open
hailing.
hailing frequencies.
Nice to see you catch up. Anyway, we have arrived at what seems to be, or what we believe to be the correct tunnel, and it looks like it's already starting to collapse. I would not linger here too long.
Agreed. Down plotted course.
Please, Admiral. Sensors are picking up a small group of ships. Heading this way. Signatures are a match of Enigma. Sensors indicate that these ships could use some form of Borg technology.
Yeah, red alert. Charge
Red alert.
weapons.
Tyler, charge weapons and
Oh,
shoot
look.
that man in the head.
Oh, look, more moving targets have appeared on sensors.
They're coming in from all sides.
Oh, good.
Throw the science officer at them.
I was afraid for a second that we were going to get bored.
Use him as a human shield.
Oh wait, actually, it did get splatted this time.
I believe this is one of those cases where
This is that bug I was talking about, where you get the four-man version of something.
We're all getting that. Oh god.
That may be a problem.
Or we could just stand back and let the NPCs deal with it. I don't know.
Actually, I got mine handled pretty well. I got the right combination of abilities to basically vaporize.
Yeah, see, because one thing to remember is that friendly NPC groups in situations like this get multiplied the same way the enemies do.
Watch out for the explosions, though, because they're Borg.
Yeah, those are insane.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm almost done.
I don't believe it.
What? That I did finished and didn't even blow up?
Duncan probably
You didn't blow up.
Duncan probably didn't do what I did and charge directly into the enemy. He probably just like hung back and let the NPCs engage.
I boosted and shot them in the butt.
fairness, I'm pretty sure my NPC groups also got multiplied for a group of 3.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes. That's exactly what happened to me, and probably the only reason why I was able to kill that giant mass of ships.
Okay.
Okay,
I just took-
I'm done.
Okay, ready?
Dialogue
It's
summary?
time.
Yep.
All enemy vessels
No.
destroyed.
No. Cut you off.
After defeating the Enigma scouting party, sensors picked up an Enigma armada heading your way. A decision presents itself. Evelyn Atlanta argues that whatever lies in the dead zone is not worth it and may be too much for the task force. The subspace tunnel should be sealed as soon as possible with torpedoes. This would prevent both Enigma from entering the tunnel and allow 10 more years to gather strength. Amanda argues that the current opportunity should not be wasted. The current edge on Enigma should not be cast aside. Buying more time will not yield any advantage. She argues that the task force should enter the tunnel and seal it off before Enigma can follow and then face whatever lies inside.
The Dead Zone, huh? That sounds like a movie I saw once.
Part 2. All of the members' task force decides. Eventually, the task force decides they should enter the dead zone, seal the tunnel, and then find Zuzaya. Some, Admiral Atlanta in particular, believe it's a bad call. A new problem has arisen after arguing. Enigma is now too close for you to seal the tunnel before you enter. Good work, team! Gutierrez has the solution. He will attempt to distract the Armada via various tricks, allowing the task force to seal the tunnel.
Be right! I mean...
I know who should manually pilot that torpedo.
I will try my best, but my arms have fallen off.
Luckily, we've actually stapled you to the torpedo.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I suggest we fall back and regroup. Enigma will be trapped in the dead zone for 10 years. That is sufficient time to rally enough forces to successfully engage them the next time. Captain Brinjar and Ansgar agree with me on this.
Oh, I think we might actually be going through it, because, yeah, this is the same dialogue.
We should not give up our current advantage. We need to press on it instead.
This is what we just had a summary of.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep going.
Blah, blah, blah.
You'll know it's the right one when you see
enter the dead zone.
It says approaching launch coordinates.
Whee!
In case you're wondering, I was talking about one of the Dragon Ball Z movies, The Dead Zone.
Wait, no, you ready for something? You have not seen the last of me! I'm back!
All right, so you guys on Approaching launch coordinates.
Yes,
Approaching launch coordinates in 3. Brace for impact.
Dialogue
Alright,
summary. Before you were ready to fire torpedoes to close the tunnel, a massive explosion rocks the ship. The source of the explosion was a warp core breach on the Valor, Admiral Gautier's ship. It was quickly apparent that this was his plan all along, a way to simultaneously close the subspace tunnel and dealing a crippling blow to the enemy.
I knew it was a Leroy Jenkins.
Just before the explosion, he had sent a message with a request that anything should be done to see it home. Admiral Atalanta takes the loss of her mentor hard, those whose death has now motivated the whole task force. You give the following speech.
Whatever may lie ahead, we will be prepared for it. Whatever this Zerso is, we will find it. Whatever the subspace tunnel, with the subspace tunnel closing, the only way to go forward is forward, into the unknown. Thus, I will quote one famous captain when I say,
We will fight them on the beaches.
Engage.
And we're done. Yay.
Thank you for playing Omnitabula Part 1. The author hopes that you have enjoyed this mission. No, not at all.
There was a typo, so I can only give it 5 stars.
There was this horrible character that was like so overdramatic, and so one star, honestly.
Apparently, when I played this last time, I gave it 5 stars. Okay, then. Oh, this was before they added the tag system. Story, combat, space, ground. Yeah, sure. It seems to be meant to be used for solo, so I'm going to tag that one too.
All right, left my review. Because the whole point of us doing this was for us to figure out whether or not we could
get through
kick
the whole
it.
process, leave the and get some playthroughs. Now we need to see.
And I got no mission rewards, so yeah.
Okay, Part 1, Omnitabula
wouldn't.
does not qualify still.
So even with us leaving those, okay.
Okay, so yeah, that does seem to be very much a bugged system.
So that is
and
not a fix. Okay.
Nope. So we'll have to get to Cryptic on that one, send the list off, and then see what they can do. This probably will require some development time, so we'll see how quickly they can resolve this problem. Because, again, it does affect the top 3 system, and it does affect the player side a little bit more so than the author side, so it should be something they will look at.
Yeah, with a rating of like 4.23 and 500 some reviews, this should not be qualifying for rewards.
Absolutely. But we have gotten to the end of our time limit, conveniently. By
The pauses
skipping many
were
things.
what's perfectly timed our delivery into this time slot.
So, Dragoon, if you would put up our contact info.
As quickly as possible.
And you thought Evil Duncan was the bad one.
I know how wrong I was. We can be reached by email at foundryroundtable@live.com. We are also on Twitter at foundryroundtab. Drogan can be reached at Drogan1701. Duncan can be reached at _SSF. Mark can be reached at Markhawkman. And I, of course, can be reached at Greendragoon. And I was seriously tempted to let Duncan read out the contact info.
We could
There will be a live on-air murder. if you do that.
We've been doing this too long. When we get this loopy.
We have way too much fun doing mission playthroughs.
Which just means we will be doing more.
Yes, exactly.
Cold Blue Space, come on. We got to do Cold
for
Blue
now.
Space.
But for now, we will say goodnight.
Good night.
night, everyone. We say good nights, and I say, I'm dead.